Blame Truth here, and for those that say I never make a positive video, or I need to make more positive content, or whatever, bookmark this video, please. Like it, favorite it, subscribe, say I want to bury your children, BT, in the comment section, whatever you have to do, mark this video and refer back to it anytime you say I am just negative. I want to praise Black Ops 6 today. Now, this praise comes with some conditions, some caveats, but we're going to get there when we get there. They actually aren't for me this time. The honeymoon phase is basically over already for Black Ops 6 for a lot of people that praise the game nonstop since it came out. I've been super critical of the game, so this is actually something positive. Nuketown is back, and this single-handedly saves the game. I was thinking about this last night when I was making my video about Black Ops 6, the full review video. This game's so much like Modern Warfare 2019. I don't mean in how it plays or the speed of the game or whatever. I mean that it's so divisive. When MW 2019 came out, people either loved it or they hated it and thought it was a giant pile of shit. And the same thing's happening here with Black Ops 6. I have never seen this much divide within the Call of Duty community. Nuketown here, single-handedly, for me personally, saves this game the same way Shoot House saved Modern Warfare 2019 for a lot of people. As sad as that fucking is, it's the truth. I've said it before, I'll say it again, good maps are the foundation of a multiplayer shooter. If your maps suck like they did in Modern Warfare 2019 and like they do in this game, the game may as well be the worst shooter ever. The battlegrounds you play on are iconic. They are what sets the entire flow, tone, feel of the game. When they suck this fucking bad like they do in Black Ops 6, and you play something like Nuketown, it is a shock to the senses. You're like, oh, this game can be kind of good, actually. It's night and fucking day. I don't care what the goddamn data says. I don't care about that. Stop making fucking shitty shipment size maps. Stop it. The smallest a map needs to be like Nuketown, and you need to make it 3 lanes with a good spawn system. Yes, you heard me right. The spawn system in this actually kind of behaves like the old Nuketown. I don't really notice any difference. It is night and day how much better this plays than everything else in Black Ops 6, which begs the question, why even fucking bother with the rest of the maps? This game may as well have one map. That's it. It's the same thing as Modern Warfare 2019 when they released Shoot House. The same exact thing, man. It's pathetic how bad these maps are. Go watch my video yesterday about the full review of Black Ops 6, because in that video, just in the couple hours I played getting gameplay on random maps that are literally bigger than Nuketown here, I had so many spawn issues. I mean, I have never seen a spawn system so broken and illogical as I've seen it in Black Ops 6. However, Nuketown, for whatever reason, I don't know if they just copied and pasted the spawn logic from previous Call of Duties. This literally has the best spawns in the entire game, bar none. Even over like the bigger maps like Red Card and Scud and stuff, this map has a better spawn logic than any other map in the game. Honest to God, without this map in the game, Black Ops 6 is just unplayable garbage. I mean, skill-based matchmaking is already bad enough, and we're going to get into that because I think the skill-based matchmaking in the Nuketown playlist specifically today has turned people against this game in record time. It's that fucking severe. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm using a VPN and I don't give a single fuck. It only works on PC, but if you want to grab it, you can check out the link below. It'll be in the video description. Use code BLAMETRUTH at checkout. You know the deal. But doing that in this playlist, it's like night and day, man. It's like night and day. I think there's more noobs than ever in this playlist, too, because people see Nuketown and they flood to it, especially all those new Game Pass subscribers and whatnot. So, I don't know. This map actually makes Black Ops 6 playable. This map makes Black Ops 6 feel like a game. And with the VPN, I don't really have any lag issues. With the VPN, I'm not getting railed in the fucking asshole by skill-based matchmaking. I actually have a screenshot where I did not use the VPN, And like the lobbies are all the same when you play solo. And by all the same, I mean unplayable, and you are designed not to win. Like, I'm expected to carry these thumbless noobs while facing a full party or near a full party. I think it's a party of 4 there. What kind of matchmaking is this? I do not understand it. I left that match, turned the VPN on, and said, fuck this shit. So I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression, though. While this map is a step in the right direction, guys, let's be real here. Let's take it down a notch. This is a 14-year-old map. I have played on this map for literally, no exaggeration, 14 years. 2010, Black Ops 1 came out. I was there when this map was fresh off the press. I am still here, and I gotta be honest with you, it's great. It's fantastic, especially with this map pool we have here. But my God, why can't Call of Duty make anything new good? It's like without those people making the old maps, making the old progression systems like the Prestige mode, which they also brought back, no one at Call of Duty has the talent to make something new that's actually good. Tell me when I'm telling lies there, man. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Like, I've played this for 14 years, and if I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of tired of it. Like, dude, I love this map, don't get me wrong, plays great. How about something new of this quality? How about a new map of this quality? The last good new map that's like I consider a classic is actually what I talked about earlier in Shoe House, which, by the way, was a brand new map. So this is not even as good as Shoot House. This is not even as good as, you know, what we got in Modern Warfare 2019, for example, because you're going to get tired of this map a lot quicker. Not only have you played it for 14 years, but this is the only good map in the game. This is the only map in the game where spawns work properly as well, it seems. And I'm sure there's people out there getting spawn trapped on this as I make this commentary and domination and whatnot. But overall, playing, and it could be the VPN, I totally admit that. Overall playing, I didn't see too much of an issue. But I gotta be realistic here. Let's cut to some people who are not fucking happy and are already out of the honeymoon phase. Because, again, I realize that I am doing some SBMM fuckery here. Charlie Intel himself says Nuketown 24/7 is great in Black Ops 6 until the skill-based matchmaking kicks in and suddenly we're all playing a CDL match instead of just having fun. And I want to ask you guys in the comment section, how is your experience playing a Nuketown or whatever? Like, especially if you're playing solo, chime in below. Because if you're not using any kind of SBMM protection, I want to see what it's like. I don't want to put myself through that. I'm sorry. I know I'm the codfather here. I don't want to play this game without some kind of SBMM buffer, or it's like unplayable for me personally. As someone who plays solo. MW2OG says the map is as expected in reply to Charlie Intel. Just a shame how horrendously they tune SBMM in a casual game mode. Proper killed the retention for me. Get on, play my pity match, have a good game, then get railed non-stop after. Get off until the next day. Shame. Nero, who's been, grinding this game a lot. Like, he's playing a lot. He's trying to prestige, all that stuff. He's been overall pretty positive about Black Ops 6, says this. With the release of Nuketown, it's official. It's not even the maps that are bad in Black Ops 6. It's Black Ops 6 in general. Omni movement, free wall hacks, SBMM, and terrible servers. No maps can work with that formula, even a map as tried and tested as Nuketown. And here's the thing. All of these guys are absolutely right. You might be seeing this gameplay and thinking like, this looks awesome. Guys, here is the actual issue. I'm going to explain this. The people in this lobby suck. It's not a competitive lobby by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not even really playing competitive. I'm just playing to get my chopper. And I'm leveling up this AK-74 because this is a good gun and I always like AKs. So I'm kind of just having fun. I'm not playing super seriously. I'm not playing in a party. It's just me, right? When you play Nuketown like this is what Nuketown was designed for back in the day. And it was designed for a no SBMM, relatively chill Black Ops 1 atmosphere. When you start adding competitiveness to it, when you start adding the sweat lords to it, who are playing in full parties, and there's no protection from full parties if you're playing solo or with a group of like one maybe 2 other people. Nope, fucking protection against that. When you do that, you start noticing that, wait, this fucking map is not designed for any sort of competitiveness. Like, it's a good map, it's a 3-lane map, but eventually you're just gonna have people holding sight lines, holding lanes the entire match, and beaming you as they're both shooting at you, and you can't do anything about it. And like, when the SBMM gets cranked up, you guys might not realize it if you're in a lower bracket, but like, we're playing a different game. It's like there's 6 different versions of Black Ops 6 out there, depending on where you fall in the skill bracket. And with the magic of editing, I actually paused this video and just watched Nero's new video talking about what I was talking about when I showed his tweet. He's saying, like, Nuketown doesn't feel good in Black Ops 6 when you combine massive, you know, skill-based matchmaking issues, desync, inconsistent gunfights because of that, butt sliding, the speed, servers that can't keep up with any of this stuff. I mean, the spawn system as well, if you want to go with that route. But I mean, for me personally, the few matches I played of Nuketown, the spawn system seemed okay. But when you combine all those things, the game simply cannot feel good. Also, if you're playing solo, trying to play casually, which I think a lot of people actually do, I think that's a really underrated thing that no one at Call of Duty or Activision actually fucking thinks about. People play solo. Now, in this XDefiant gameplay, this Mike guy here was teabagging at me. Like, he knows who I am, but I'm not partied up with him, and we're not communicating. So this is just me playing solo. And what's interesting about this gameplay, I chose it specifically, is that JMO guy that just killed me is a very good player. I think he is also playing solo. Let me just explain real quick how XDefiant's matchmaking works, and if you guys want to know why I quote-unquote glaze this game, let me just explain this to you and break it down. And again, this is not something that is going to be hard to implement in Call of Duty if they give a fuck and if they care. But let me explain how the matchmaking works in XDefiant. Of course, there's no skill-based matchmaking, but there's also input-based matchmaking. So you can play only controller players, no matter the platform. Xbox, PlayStation 5, PC. If you want to, you can play only controller players. Mouse and keyboard players don't really like to play with us either, our controller aim assist and whatnot. They just do not like that, so they can also do IBMM. Although the game, since it's lost players, and since mouse and keyboard makes up like 10% of the player base, it's harder to find IBMM lobbies with mouse and keyboard only right now. So there is that problem with it. But other than that, pretty good system, right, so far? Here's something else that not a lot of people know, and Mark Rubin tweeted about this and actually informed me about it. I can't find the tweet now because he tweets quite a bit, and this was months ago. But in XDefiant, you match based on party size. That is a factor when matching you. So I play solo, and I'm telling you right now, you can't tell when someone's in a party, like in the lobby or whatever. It's just something you cannot tell with the current UI settings. However, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll typically know when people are knowing where you're at, even though you're running a suppressor or you're like sneaking around the map or whatever. If they're doing like MLG callouts, you'll know. I'm telling you right now, that has happened to me maybe once ever in XDefiant the entire time I played it. I don't match with full parties on this game. The most I've ever matched against, and I actually checked this dude's stream after to see, was a party of 3. That was it. So a party of 3 and then 3 randoms, and that was all. This game matches you based on party size or whatever. Most of the time, you're going to match with no more than just 2 people partying up. So in that scenario, you get truly diverse lobbies. But see, here's the thing. I'm not just steamrolling because there's still team balancing. So your skill rating in the in your combat record in XDefiant, for example, that will determine where you land. Like, it tries to just balance out the skill ratings essentially, roughly or whatever. You'll still get some blowout games, of course, but overall, you can still get competitive matches where you are not getting beamed by 6 virgin fucking nerds while you're trying to play solo. It's remarkable, isn't it? It's remarkable that this is a thing, but it is. I chose this gameplay specifically because there's another guy on the other team who's really good. He's as good, if not better, than I am. And this is still a super enjoyable game because he's not in a party with clones of himself against just me while I'm carrying thumbless people. You know what I mean? Here's how the teams are in this. It's me and this guy and our team of like kind of average to bad people. And it is fucking fun. This is a super fun match, and you're gonna see why at the end of the game, pretty much. It's super close as well, and like this is the competitive I like. I don't mind close matches. I like pulling out the Frieza final form, you know, and trying for the W. I always try for the W. I'm not really much of a player that just plays for KD and XDefiant. Like, I like to win. This is an objective-based game. I like to win. The maps are set up for it. Like, you can have a competitive match in XDefiant because these maps are built from the ground up for competitive. I mean, they have Aches on the team who's an ex-COD pro. You know, he's oversees all the competitive stuff. And, like, that's just how it works, okay? Like Nuketown, though. Nuketown, guys, was made in 2010. Nuketown was made for casual people with no SBMM to play on, and you can't really do that now. Like, it just does not work, especially with what I just described. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to glaze XDefiant. I'm not trying to shit on Call of Duty or whatever, but why in the fuck can't we get something as simple as that in the matchmaking, like, priority? Why can't we get, hey, this guy's playing solo. How about we not match him against a full party or a party of 4 fucking sweats on the enemy team while he's playing solo? And then, you know, we put Timmy No Thumbs on his team. Like, if you get so good in Call of Duty, at a certain point, you're going to have the worst players ever on your team. And you're going to be facing like literal clones of yourself, but in a party. You will be designed, like it's designed to make you lose. It's inexcusable, man. It's inexcusable. So while I can praise Nuketown for basically saving Black Ops 6 for me personally, we have to realize that the people that, you know, aren't using VPNs and are just playing solo or maybe with a couple other friends or whatever, they're trying to play casually, are probably having the worst fucking time ever, and they're contemplating quitting the entire game. It's that bad. And like, the solution is so simple. Can we make just a mercenary playlist? You know, I'm not even kidding you guys. I would not even mind SBMM so much if it was just, you're going to match me with the good players? Fine. But make sure they're not in a party doing MLG callouts and they're not all good while I have a team of people that are sucking their thumbs in spawn. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play like this match of XDefiant here. I like a good close game. I actually prefer close games because I find them more fun. I'm not kidding. In XDefiant, I prefer close matches. I prefer matches where both teams are playing the objective. It is the most fun I have ever had in a shooter. And I'm not kidding with that. Like, when you have two teams, just maybe it's not even like a serious match, obviously, like, but like two teams on XDefiant where everyone's varying skill levels, but they're all trying to win and they're all playing the objective. It's truly fun. It doesn't feel sweaty. I mean, if you want to look at this gameplay and say, this is a sweaty gameplay, I don't think so. It is a, you know, competitive, close game, and it's fun. I don't know what else to say other than that. Call of Duty, guys, it's just not designed for any sort of competitiveness out of the box. It never has been. It never will be. And skill-based matchmaking, I mean, you start seeing every fucking flaw if you are even remotely good at Call of Duty, because it's trying to make it a competitive game when it's not a competitive game at all. And then you get instances like today where Charlie Intel, a Modern Warfare 2 Ghost, Nero, people that have been playing Call of Duty for ages are not having fun on this classic map because the map's not designed for people above 1 KD. And like, I actually had a lot of comments in yesterday's video talking about my about newer players, not very good players, saying this is the most fun they've had on Call of Duty in a long time. And I'm sure it is. I'm actually sure it is. And I'm happy for you guys. I really am. I envy you. I really, really do. When you're in that lower bracket, you're just there to play, man. You know, you're not caring about stats or trying to get better or whatever. But that's kind of the problem. I don't really play like a casual player. I like to see improvement. I like to get better at something. I like to drop a 50 bomb against somebody else on the other team dropping a 50 bomb and have it be a close competitive match, but it feels fair at the same time. Does that make sense? Anyway, guys, I'm out of time. I rambled quite a bit. Call of Duty needs to do something about the matchmaking. If they're not going to change the SBMM, change the party size parameters, put in a mercenary mode where only individuals can play it like the old days. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.